Cool. Thanks very much, Alex, and thanks everyone for joining us here today. Nice to see lots of familiar faces. So a quick introduction, as Alex says, my name is James and I head up the partnerships team at Prostate Cancer UK. My background is in creative advertising and purposeful partnerships, so everything about the Even Bigger 180 is right up my street and I love talking about it.
My name is Paul Mallon. I'm head of marketing for Paddy Power. I feel like a bit of an imposter talking about this work because I'm only at Paddy Power 6 months, but I was at Paddy Power for 10 years previously. So kind of trying to bring the perspective of looking at most of this campaign with envy from the outside and then coming back to the brand last December and kind of running the ship on it again now. So hopefully bring some different perspectives to it.
And then we've got a quick video to help introduce this and summarize it really nicely. So we're going to give that a go.
2025-26 World Darts Championships was the biggest and best ever. Paddy Power once again partnered with Prostate Cancer UK and developed the Even Bigger 180, creating the most important campaign in Paddy Power history while transforming awareness of prostate cancer. A record number of 180s at the Ali Pali saw us make our biggest donation yet to help fund life-saving research.
Paddy Power have donated over £1 million to Prostate Cancer UK.
Over 180,000 men checked their risk of prostate cancer online, with 75% finding out that they are at higher risk of the disease. Ambassadors, including Sir Chris Hoy, supercharged visibility and awareness to sports fans, while Piers Morgan helped us light up social channels with his awareness content, getting 12 million views alone.
Not all tricks are mirror.
The activation took over high streets and WhatsApp groups, with 10,000 free dartboards given away in Paddy Power stores. Our impact went beyond the Oki, with the Westminster Darts Championship showcasing the success of the Even Bigger 180 to MPs and advocating for a better future for men living with prostate cancer. You couldn't miss our partnership at the Ali Pali, with the Paddy Power Fan Zone, hospitality areas and elite darts players all promoting the campaign and prostate cancer awareness. Sky Sports mentioned the campaign over 100 times on live broadcasts. Transformational awareness, record donations, even bigger and better than ever before, our amazing partnership continues to go from strength to strength.
Okay, so going to take you behind the curtain on a little bit of that work now. So for people who don't know, Paddy Power is a founder-led business, started in 1988, and as a betting company with a kind of a principle, if we're going to take your money as a bookie, we're going to give you a good time for that. And that extends to this principle of we're a brand with a heart of gold but balls of steel, and occasionally we'll do stuff to drive attention, but underneath that the founders had this ethos that we're going to do good things and use our money in a good way. For years we did campaigns tackling homophobia in football, and then a few years ago we got involved with the darts. Our external affairs team were involved in that, looking for the right kind of partnership that our stakeholders wanted, that our customers wanted. At the same time, PC UK were talking to the PDC about sponsorship. So we effectively came together in this quite fortunate timing. And the idea on that was this thing, the big 180. So effectively, people don't know, a treble 20 3 times in darts leads to 180. Every time that was done, we would give £1,000 to Prostate Cancer UK. Not being very good at maths, that added up to more than £1 million a year. So we had the basics of a big branded event on telly, but then £1 million every year going to Prostate Cancer UK with life-saving results.
Yeah, and I think what that it's hard to show on that video, but for us as a national cancer charity, having stadiums full with thousands of people cheering every 180 with a symbol saying Prostate Cancer UK, with millions of people at home being met with that messaging over and over again. Even in Westminster, in the corridors of power, having those discussions happen is such a massive thing that brand partnerships can help bring to the table. And as the UK's leading men's health charity, coming together with one of the kind of most bold and daring brands that you'll find out there, and one of the fastest moving brands, it's what we kind of want to talk you through today a little bit more is around kind of why we did it, as Paul just said, how we did it, a little bit about the impact that's had, and then some of those lessons we've learned along the way. So Paul, you've spoken a little bit about it, but how did it all come about from your side at Paddy Power?
So yeah, I shout out to a couple of people on the brand team, Tom Muldowney, Jack Wilson, and on the external affairs team, Steve Hawkes, who put it together. So we wanted to do something big and bold. We formed the Alliance with Prostate Cancer. And from there, some of the best things we've done are, we had this live moment on television every year, but if I look back on the last 3 years, last year was the most successful in terms of 1.1 million to Prostate Cancer UK. There was also a brilliant public donation mechanic where if members of the public donated £2, they would get a free dartboard. But to get customers to put their hands in their pocket at Christmas, that totaled to about another 150 grand. From a brand point of view, what was working for us is that what's important for us is to, as Paddy Power, to kind of separate ourselves from the industry and to try and kind of form a different path for us in an entertainment sector as well. So internally, we measure against trust scores, much like you would do in consideration. So we see percentage increases every year in our trust scores going up as a result of this. And then we have a lovely clip, which if you like him or loathe him, that's up to you. But Piers Morgan, at his best, one of the absolute best journalists in the UK. At his worst, he's something different. But working very closely with Prostate Cancer UK and our own compliance teams, we put together this piece to kind of break down the fear factor about getting tests for prostate cancer. So we'll play you the video and then just talk to you a little bit of what that did in terms of real action for people.
Whoa! Sorry, mate. No, pal, I've got no spare change.
Would you like to try a sausage roll?
Thank you very much.
They're vegan.
Looks like it's your lucky day.
Excuse me, Piers Morgan?
Here you go, personally signed by the author.
No, sorry. The doctor will see you now.
There you go, mate. Some people might be scared of a prostate exam, but not me. I've got a very high pain threshold.
All done. You're good to go.
That's it?
Yeah, very simple.
No.
Nope, it's just a blood test. Not all pricks are unbearable.
Right.
You really do get less crisps in a packet these days, don't you? You should talk about that in your show.
Fewer.
What?
It's fewer crisps, not less.
What
No need for a finger up the bum. A simple PSA blood test is all you need to check for the early signs of prostate cancer. Check your risk in 30 seconds via the QR code on screen now.
Yeah, and I think that video there, which was a hell of a lot of fun to make, and I can imagine, as you can imagine, being a national cancer charity that had a lot of stages of due diligence and sign-offs to go through from our side. But it's a great example of what happens, the power of charities coming together with brand partners. Because if you think about that heading up at the top, there's not many cancer charities, national charities, that are going to lead with messaging like that. And so for us being able to partner with Paddy Power, and I think when we started, there was the talk of for every 180 thrown, as Paul says, £1,000 will be donated to Prostate Cancer UK, which was really fun and really exciting at first, like Paul says. Then someone did the maths on it, and it was 1,000 180s are thrown each tournament. And I think our reactions in that meeting were a little bit different. Paul looked a bit scared, and from Prostate Cancer UK, we're very, very excited. But that was what started this partnership, and that's what, having that scale, that ambition, that's exactly what we're about at Prostate Cancer UK. We know in men's health at the moment there is a tipping point coming in terms of the conversation that's happening, how we talk about it, how we get men having those conversations, and there was no better partner for us at the time than Paddy Power to start that, and that's 3 years ago, and now it's gone from being the big 180 to the bigger 180 to the even bigger 180, and it just continues to grow.
I'm so in favour of hydration breaks, by the way, in football now. Thanks, people, for sitting in the heat and listening. It's not easy. Just what, like we were talking about, what are our best brand metrics from, or what does performance look like? And we are an attention-seeking brand. Paddy Power, there's no hiding from that. But the things that we talk about most, right? So that Piers Morgan video, a few weeks back, Piers Morgan shared a screen grab with us that he got from somebody who watched the video, found out he was at high risk of prostate cancer, and effectively got life-saving treatment as a result. Last week, a customer in Wakefield did the same thing, had no idea he didn't need to get a finger up the bum, could do a PSA, found out he was high risk, and again got life-saving treatment as a result. So like, while we love coverage, we love mentions on Sky, we love the big green attention, internally it's our trust scores and actually throwing our money at a good cause that's making a difference kind of get us out of the bed on a cold, frosty morning.
Yeah. And from Prostate Cancer UK's side, this partnership over 3 years has led to over 500,000 men have gone online and checked their risk on the risk checker. That is absolutely huge, and especially when you think about, of those men, over 75% of them were high risk. And so they have then started their journey, their health journey, thanks to this campaign. And like Paul says, there's a lot of those amazing stories that land in on us, like the one we received last week. And it's a huge, huge boost for, I think, everyone on both sides to see that. But Paul, I guess the next thing from our side is, what are the kind of key learnings and key takeaways you've taken from the relationship?
Yeah, we've been chatting about this all day and all week about what are the best things to say and communicate. And if people have other questions after, we're more than willing to listen to it. I suppose for a betting brand, it's important that we play in the right place and go for a proper audience. So this was like men of a certain age watching the darts and hitting the bullseye in terms of our audience. So absolutely been laser focused on the audience. We've got a fantastic relationship with Prostate Cancer UK, and that aspect of breaking the bread, going for Christmas lunches with them, meeting them a lot, talking every single week, understanding where we're both coming from and not assuming anything is really, really important. And then, yeah, just kind of showing us that we want to push the boundaries, we want to move things forward, and kind of mutually trusting us to go on that is pretty key, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's one question, Paul, that I think we're now in the stage of desperately trying to figure out. Like we say, year one was the big 180. Year two was the bigger 180. Last year we had the even bigger 180. How are we naming that?
I don't know. It's like the even more bigger 180 or something off. Answers on a postcard, please.
Yeah. I think, Paul, is that everything from our side? In fairness, we have burnt through it, and I think we've gone through a lot of our content and what we wanted to share. Is there anything any questions from the room, or please feel free to grab us afterwards and we can speak. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for standing the heat.
Thank you, everyone.